Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Ready to Die Fighting. Kris here with my homemade Maize Bag. And this thing is I'm loving this. I think this is probably my best workout tool right now. Especially since my heavy bag has recently met in a very unfortunate demise. Or something like that. So how have I been using this? I've been using it for a few days now. And I've been doing a few different things. I usually start with a warm-up of just something along these lines. Just pushing it forward, let it swing back, almost hit me in the face, and move out of the way. And I usually alternate sides. And I usually try to put my hand like right here and kind of touch it for a couple reasons. One, I figure if I'm actually evading a punch, that's a likely thing that I would just naturally do, kind of try to move it out of the way, block it a little bit. Maybe not quite that close to my body, but probably more this way. But also that kind of helps me gauge, like I don't want to move, I want to be way over here, isn't necessarily the goal. I want to kind of just miss it just enough. So if I keep my hand close, and if I can feel it, then that means I'm not way out here. It's just kind of grazing by me, and it does nick me quite a bit. Something that makes it a little bit difficult is that it's an irregular shape, and because it's just sand in there, it shifts quite a bit, and the weight isn't necessarily even, so it spins a lot, it moves kind of crazy, and so sometimes it'll hit my shoulders, and other times it doesn't, and because it's such a weird shape, I do get bumped with it a little bit, or it kind of grazes my face a little bit, especially when it comes back. It actually seems to be hitting my shoulder a lot now. So I don't know if it's stretched some, but it seems to be, I may need to raise it up again a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't hitting earlier. Or maybe it just changed shape. But at any rate, so that makes it a little bit difficult, but I usually warm up with that. So I typically do about 16 rounds, 2 minutes each when I'm working out, and so the first maybe 4 rounds I just practice that, and then I'll switch over. So sorry, the first round or maybe 2 rounds I'll do that, and then I'll switch and do instead of moving side to side, I will start doing like a 90-degree pivot. So I'll make that instead, and then moving back. And in doing that, I do switch feet. So my left leg is leading here. Now my right leg is leading. Because I like to train both southpaw and traditional or standard, whatever you want to call it, just because that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't see why, I wouldn't want my feet to trip me up, and I would like to use that as a weapon as well. Most people are right-handed, and so they have a standard fight stance. Switching your legs might be enough to throw them, so I'd rather be proficient both ways. Additionally, I don't know what position I'm going to be in if I'm in a fight. If somebody attacks me, I might not have time or want to think about switching feet first. Let me switch feet before I fight you. If I'm already standing with my right foot forward, I just want to be able to react. Or if for whatever reason I need to take a couple of regular steps instead of doing that kind of shuffle step. This is just what makes sense to me. So I train both feet, both ways. So just doing that. So I'll do maybe 2 rounds of that. After that, I'll start punching it. And this is great for punching. And I don't typically try to make it move too much when I'm doing it in the beginning. I'm just kind of punching and looking for shots. Mostly straight punches and jabs. I'll switch my feet as necessary. If it starts moving around too much, I'll typically stop it. Just start over. So I'll do probably 2 rounds of that. And then basically I'm just upping the intensity and difficulty as I go along. So then once I'm sufficiently warmed up and comfortable with the way it's moving, feeling good about myself, then I start really hitting it harder and throwing pushes in with it as well to make sure it's moving and combining moving with hitting. Now, I've only had this thing for a few days working on it, and so it has definitely busted me in the head many times, and I'm thinking I should probably be wearing a mouth guard when I do this. I probably should be, but I'm not, so it may very well bust me in the head again now, but whatever. This is my fitness journey. Take you guys on the ride as I learn myself. So I try to Two minutes of that is pretty exhausting. So I just keep that going for about probably the last 4 rounds. I try to do that. Now what I'll often do is alternate. So I have both of these bags hooked up now in such a way that it typically will actually do 2 round here, take a break, round here, and that's how I get my 16 in. 8 here, 8 there. And that's great because this is more, I feel my muscles in my shoulders burning when I do this one. And it's also, I feel like I'm getting better with the, I mean, this is hitting a moving target, but it's a pretty big target. That's, I hope my head's not that big. I don't know. So it's really easy to hit. This is being such a small target. I miss this a lot, especially when I start throwing in hooks. I've been trying to work on hook and punch. Oh, that time I hit it totally by accident. But most of the time I miss that second one. A lot of times I'll miss the hook even. I usually will put on a glove with this because I find that this, it's just got too much stuff on it and it kind of hurts, especially like the patch there, this, the, I don't know what you call it, the port, the inflation port, all that, even just these seams, they don't feel very good on my fist. So I find that I usually do put gloves on when I do this one, just because of that. Mostly that patch. This one too. They just don't feel great. So I usually do 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, splitting back and forth between rounds. And that is seeming to be a really good workout for me. Out of breath just from that a little bit. So I just thought I'd share what I've been working on, how it's progressing. So far I'm happy with both of these. I think this is going to be the most beneficial to me now that my focus is more on evasion and blocking and then attacking once I wear out my opponent. That's going to be my strategy from henceforth. And I think this is going to be a great way to go. And I love that I can use this bare fist, and I think this is really good for that. It does, I mean, I can feel it. I'm wearing my fist out with this. I shouldn't say I'm wearing them out. I can feel it's building, you know, I'm hitting something. It's not so hard that it hurts. I don't feel any pain from this, even when I'm hitting hard, because it's sand and it shifts and it gives. But it's hard enough where it's, I can feel that over time, this is going to be beneficial. But there's enough give that I'm not sore, not yet anyways. And it's not even hurting my sore knuckle, so that's good. I'm very happy with this. The yoga bag, roughly 18 pounds of sand, tactical cordage, and a little hook. Fantastic. Originally the hook that I attached this one to, and then I just moved this one off to the side because that seemed like a better location for it. So that we're doing. Eventually, I'm going to get to the point where I'm splitting up, you know, fighting two opponents. That might be kind of fun. The heavy bag was right here, but I destroyed it before I got a chance to do that. But my intention was to kind of stand in the middle and be surrounded and, you know, attack each one, knock that guy out, come over here, and kind of use a as a footwork drill and movement drill, and, you know, different targets moving different ways. That would have been awesome. So I've got to replace that heavy bag. So short one today. That's all I've got to say about this. If you have any tips for me, suggestions, ideas, thoughts, any of that fun stuff, shoot me a message, like, subscribe, leave some comments, follow me on Instagram at Ready to Die Fighting. I was gonna say .com, but it's not a .com, is it? It's just at Ready to Die Fighting. That's it. So check us out there, and have a good day. Thanks. I missed. Missed again.